It's been one hell of a winter over here, and it's been a while since I've gotten anything in the mail vinyl related, but that changes right now. I have two vinyl records to unbox today. As you can see from the thumbnail, the first record I'll be unboxing is Poland's very own Behemoth, and the second one comes from true Norwegian legends, Dimmy Borgir. And if you stick until the end, I've also included a third unboxing as well. Now let's get into the video. Alright, welcome back. We're getting more snow here during the time of this recording, on top of one of the craziest blizzards we've had over here in a while. Not gonna lie, it's been pretty epic. Also, if you're new here, consider sticking around and hitting the sub button. We're just barely getting started, cult. This is year 0. And I just want to announce I'm getting things in order and gearing up for the weekly podcast coming up. The Cult is Dead podcast. Everything about the music and beyond. I definitely want to hear your thoughts about live streaming in the comments below. I envision all of us chatting about metal and all things metal adjacent, 90s culture, horror movies, conspiracy theories that aren't even conspiracies anymore. I also plan to have local musicians on here as guests from all different genres in the underground over here in Jersey. Also, let me know your thoughts on that. And also I forgot to mention in my last video, thanks to you guys, the cult, I can go live on my phone now. Ain't that neat? It's like the first step of being initiated as a YouTube content creator on here. Crazy, but nonetheless, I find that pretty awesome. And yeah, so shout out to you guys. So enough blabbering. 3 brand spanking new LPs, fresh from the distro. I'm excited. Let's get to it. Alright, so for the Behemoth record, I ended up getting it on Amazon. I took a chance, and trust me, I'm aware of all the horrible stories online. I've read hundreds of them by now. But so far, the packaging is looking great. You take a risk when you do order vinyl on Amazon, especially if you're a collector. Blemishes on the gatefold or even straight up damaged LPs are something to look out for. And right now I'm just checking if the picker got the order right, and it looks like they did. So here we go. Which record did I get from Behemoth? If you were around the time when this record was released, you know the impact that it made. Released in 2004, Behemoth's Demigod. So let me just start off by saying that the Demigod era was my first time ever hearing of the band. And although, as I previously mentioned, it was released in 2004, I wasn't exposed to this album until 2007, which was around the time of my sophomore year in high school. And although my favorite Black and Death album by Behemoth goes to Evangelion, Demigod still holds a special place in my heart. It reminds me of the times that me and my friends would drive around all day, going to record stores, comic book shops, and weird New Jersey spots over here. If you know, you know. We would blast bands like Children of Bodom, Unearth, Kill Switch, and other bands, but this album was definitely a big part of that playlist. And that crinkling in the back is my cat. She found her way to the box that I tossed. This is a Coke bottle type of variant, which is proper. Reminds me of the lighting that was on the Slaves Shall Serve music video, which was the very first song I've ever heard from the band. I'll never forget the first time I heard Nurgle's insane layered vocals suddenly cutting through that ambient intro in the beginning, and then going into that iconic black and death metal riff with the attack on fill-ins and blast on the drums. Behemoth are true innovators in the game. I give this album a 7.6 out of 10. right, up next, this record, I had such a hard time scoring it, but I had to get it on Discogs. So shout out to the local record shop that sold this to me. This record has long eluded the Demi section in my collection. That's also something that I never thought was going to get reissued. This is Demi Borgir's 7th album, released in 2007. Oops, sorry about that. The synopsis of the album is about a young apprentice priest who denounces his faith, finds a new way of life through satanic enlightenment, and becomes a symbol of ultimate spiritual rebellion, transforming into an antichrist-like figure. Unfortunately for me, personally, this would be the end of the road for me with the band Demi Borgir, because everything else after this album I just wasn't into. This is easily one of Demi's best albums out of their whole entire discography, and it's definitely aged well over time. It's a very special era in Demi's career. Very catchy and memorable choruses throughout this whole entire album. Demi went with a concept idea with this record, and it worked out. Hard to say right now, but I think that this is my second favorite album by the band. And without a doubt, probably my favorite lineup of Demi as well. And shout out to Nicholas Barker, the legend. But if not him, then who better to do it than the legend Hellhammer? He totally shreds it on this album. Mustis is also a true highlight of this whole entire record. He really brings the magic with his composition of keys and synths. And we can't forget Vortex's epic apocalyptic clean vocals, probably some of the best takes in his whole entire career with Demi. Alright, last but not least, let's finally unveil the splatter variant. I cannot wait. It's probably one of my favorite variant styles in general. Oh man, look at that. That's perfect. To wrap this part of the video up, I would give this album an 8.2 out of 10. So I'm absolutely thrilled I finally got to add both of these albums to my collection. Both long overdue. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about both albums. If you love these albums or if you totally despise these albums. Both these bands played such a major role for me when it comes to getting into the genre of black metal. So it was kind of cool that both of these records arrived at my doorstep around the same time. And to make it the Trinity, if you haven't checked it out yet, my first video that I ever posted on this channel is a Cradle of Filth unboxing video. So you should definitely go and show that video some love. Alright, so I wanted to end this video differently this time. And as I said earlier in the video, I have a third LP to unbox. So yeah, with no further delay, let's get into the bonus unboxing video. Alright, so this next one I found on a distro I frequently visit, and I ended up slacking, and the next time I looked, it disappeared. Luckily, I found about the only seller on Discogs that was selling it for the same price that I saw it on the distro at the time that I did, because everyone else was either overseas and everything was just so overpriced. I was kind of skeptical about the packaging for a second, but it seems that we're all good. All right, this next project is a project from Italy formed in 1997. Surprisingly, this is also the project's 8th album. This is Hesperia with Fra le Monti Sibillini. Alright, I probably screwed that up. My apologies. Right from the beginning, it's almost as if I dropped the needle and I was instantly transported back to these dark medieval times this guy's talking about on this record. For some, the writing may feel inconsistent, but for me, this album sticks out. This record is obviously perfect for this time of year, and if you like Skyrim, you'll most likely love this album as well. This just makes you want to ride a horse through an open, desolate field covered in snow while raising your sword or battle axe up in the sky. So aside from that poster that you just saw, this inner sheet is about the only other thing that comes with this record. This record is only available in 2 different variants, one being silver and this one being the ice marble variant, which is beautiful. This is a 2 LP set, if I haven't mentioned yet, released through Hammerheart Records. So yeah, if you're a huge fan of atmospheric black metal, you should definitely check this album out. You won't be disappointed. Alright, that about does it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, leave some comments below for me to get back to. And as usual, I'll see you guys on the other side.